Hey everyone, welcome back to another Dominion video. This time it's friendly interactive with our returning guest.
Hi, it's Kieran Miller again.
So I want to point out something rather interesting about this kingdom. Over on top of the basic victory cards, we've got these little tokens sitting there. And that's going to relate to the first of our cards for this kingdom, the trade route. When you play this one, you get a buy, you trash a card from your hand, and you get 1 coin per coin token that's on the trade route mat. Every time that anybody gains one of those victory cards, the coin from it is moved to the mat. So however many different victory cards have been gained over the course of this game, that's how many coins a trade route is worth when you play it. If we were playing a game with more victory cards in the kingdom, then there would be even more tokens available for the trade route mat. But I don't usually see people play this one a lot, especially since by the time you're getting victory cards, the 1 or 2 extra coins probably isn't going to mean all that much. Then we got Bishop. Kind of a personal favorite. I don't think a lot of other people like it. This one gives you a coin and a victory point token. Then you trash a card from your hand, and you get an additional victory point for every 2 coins that it costs. Everyone else then gets a chance to trash a card from their hand, but they get no victory points for it. They're just getting rid of a card. So in some ways it kind of helps your opponent, but in other ways you're getting victory points for it. And for example, trashing an estate actually gives you an extra victory point, plus removing the estate from your deck. One thing you really got to watch with Bishop, though, it's not going to come into play in this game, but if we're playing with a card like Bridge, reduced cost does affect the benefit of a Bishop. So if all cards cost some amount less, you're getting fewer points out of your Bishop. Workers' Village is a returning card, but next to it we've got another type of village, a city. This is just worth +1 card +2 actions at the start of the game, but if at least 1 supply pile is empty, you get to draw a second card. If 2 or more supply piles are empty, you get an additional buy and an additional coin. You might ask, how can more than 2 supply piles be empty? You could empty them during your turn, and for the rest of the turn the cities will still get that benefit. Or I think if you're playing a 5 or 6 player game, it might be 4 piles empty to end the game. But that's kind of an edge case. Then we have Contraband, another one of the new treasures. It's worth 3 coins and a buy, but when you play it, the player to your left names a card, and you can't buy that card on this turn. So a lot of times they'll name something like Colony or Province, or if there's a card that everybody's trying to buy and there's a real competition for them, they'll name that card and you can't buy it even though you've got the 3 extra coins. Of course, if there are 2 different cards you want to buy, that's great, unless you're playing 2 contrabands. Mostly this is just kind of a 1 coin cheaper gold that comes with a big side effect. And then Vault. This is the card that I was thinking of in the last game when I said there was something that worked well with Counting House. This gives you 2 cards, and then you can discard any number of cards to get a coin per card that you discarded. So you could potentially discard a bunch of coppers for coins, and then Counting House draw them to get all the same number of coins for those coppers. Everyone else, when you play a Vault, also has the option to discard 2 cards and draw 1. So, a little bit like, say, a Diplomat, but smaller. Horde is just worth 2 coins, but while you have a Horde in play, anytime you buy any victory card, you gain a gold. Multiple Hordes in play means multiple golds. That may not be as good when you're playing with Platinum, but, hey, plop down a Horde, buy an estate, get a gold for just 2 coins, that's not a bad deal. And especially if you can stack them, if you're in a game where you want to have a lot of gold, that can be pretty great. Then we have Forge, another one of those 7 coin cards. It's a bit of a weird one. You can trash any number of cards from your hand, and then gain a card with a cost exactly equal to the total cost in coins of the cards that you trashed. Again, cost reduction does affect that, but that's not going to be relevant to this game. Another thing to keep in mind with Forge is that you can trash 0 cards, and in this one instance, when you trash nothing with Forge, you gain a card costing 0 coins. I don't think there are any other trash for benefit cards that really let you gain something even if you don't trash the requisite cards. But there's probably something that I'm forgetting from a later expansion. Finally, Peddler, the second of the cards that's in the thread title. This one costs 8 coins, and it's just an extra card, an extra action, and an extra coin. But during your buy phase only, it costs 2 coins less for every action card you have in play, down to a minimum of 0 coins. So if you can get a number of action cards in play, Peddlers will be really cheap and might actually be worth the benefit. Plus, you can then forge a Peddler into a province. So, I think that's all I've got for this kingdom. Any thoughts from your end?
Yeah, this one's pretty interesting. There's 3 different ways to trash. I'm not really sure which one's better. Like, they've all got their own benefits to it, I guess. Peddler's quite interesting, like you mentioned there at the end with Forge. But, gaining provinces in that way is good. But it is a colony game, and they are actually...
Yeah, but it's easy enough to get a silver and trash a Peddler and a silver into a colony.
That is true. Yeah, it's a shame that it's actually easier to gain golds, I would say, on this game than silver. And it's a lot harder to make forge tricks with gold, I guess.
Kind of. I mean, again, in a colony game, you can forge gold, and any 5 cost you don't need anymore.
Yeah, so all this discussion makes me think maybe Forge is pretty good here. I say let's crack on and let's see how this turns out.
All right, I'm up first again. And I think 2-5 might be pretty nice here, but I don't get it. I'm going to go for silver. We got a lot of expensive cards here.
I'm going to go for a bishop. It does help your opponent's trash as well, but I've opened with a 4, so that's what I'm going to get.
Yep, also bishop.
All right. Because I got a bishop, I don't think I need a trade route as much as I like trashing. Also because maybe I'll get Forge later. We just discussed so much about how good Forge is, so...
Yep.
So I've got 5. I think right now I want a vault. While I've still got some estates to discard.
Yep, quite sensible. I definitely want to make sure I've got 5, but... do I want to get an early Contraband? Or a vault, or maybe a city?
Contraband is a very difficult card. It's interesting to note with Contraband, in Dominion you can play your treasures. You actually play them one at a time in any order. I know this is the first time sort of where it really matters, but a lot of people when they start playing Dominion in their buy phase, they just like put down all their treasures or flash them from their hand. Actually, you can play them one at a time, and obviously you would always play the Contraband first to not give away how much rest of the money you have.
Exactly.
Also, if you play multiple Contrabands, you're getting multiple stuff blocked, which can be.
Yep, so for example, I'll play the Contraband first, so that Kieran doesn't know how much total money I've got. So he thought I had 7. I do not have 7.
Yeah,
I think it's too early for a horde, because I won't be buying a lot of victory cards anytime soon. But do I want a gold or do I want an action card? I could get 2 silvers. I don't think that's going to be better than getting a gold. I think I'll just take the gold.
Yeah, Horde, if you're not going to be buying victory cards for a while, do you really want a Horde early? I don't know. Probably not. Gold's better. Like, especially 7 particularly likes having gold over silver to hit 7.
Yep. One of those weird cases where I'll trash even though I've got a bishop. Because I only want 5. I think I want to get into the city game here. It seems a little early. Nah, I won't discard this time.
So I managed to hit 7, which is nice, so I'll take a forge now. Oh man, it's this decision again. You've trashed a lot more bad stuff this time. I'm going to try again with forge. And again.
Yeah, I'll take a Peddler this time, because I can actually afford it.
I think I'll trash that estate.
And you're getting workers' villages. I think I want to get another city before I get into vaults. Strangely enough.
So I'm getting the workers' villages over the cities because I'm not hitting 5 mainly. So there I trashed a silver and 2 coppers just to get rid of the 2 coppers. I took my silver back.
Yeah, one nice thing about Forge, even if you are just trashing a bunch of coppers and getting a copper back, you're still reducing the number of junks you've got.
Yeah, you can sort of treat it in a way like a chapel in that regard, except one of the junks you keep. Actually, I'm not going to trash.
Makes sense.
Oh, gosh. What do I do now? You've bishoped something, so you probably haven't got that much money. But you have got a gold. But what are the odds that you have it? I'm going to... I think you might hit at least 6. You might want... Yeah, I'm going to block the horde. Maybe that's worthless. No, well...
Yeah, I don't think I would have bought a horde even if I had just 6. But
I was considering
I
Peddler as well.
Good.
Yeah, and then you got 2 of them. So,
Mm-hmm.
Wrong decision from me there.
Yeah, especially once the action cards start coming out. You know, if I were to have 4 action cards, you'd probably almost automatically name Peddler. But then if Peddlers cost 0 and I've got a bunch of buys, I'm probably not going to play the Contraband. Well, tough call, because the Contraband is worth a buy.
This is difficult now. What do I do here? I'm almost tempted to bishop away my forge at this rate, even though I've used the forge like twice, I think. And it was really expensive.
4 points.
But I want the money, but no, it's got to be bad, right? Let's leave the forge for now. Let's trash this copper.
I think my last card is the bishop.
Of course, I can play.
Oh no, that's right. I played it last turn.
Both of these, but actually, I need more money, so. Peddlers could have been free if I'd have played. You can play the forge and trash nothing, which I could have done, or just trashed like a copper, got a copper back. The Peddlers would have been free. I didn't think about that, and then the buys I actually could have got an extra Peddler, so that was a bit poorly played. I could have trashed the copper and got an extra Peddler, so oh well.
Yeah. I don't know how much good Vault is really going to do. It is draw, but I think I just want another gold. Get some money density. I don't think I need to discard anything. Don't think I need to trash anything.
So, again, I'm not going to play the forge. I do actually want to hoard. and then I'm just going to buy some peddlers.
Yeah, that is the problem of not having bought any workers' villages, that I don't have the extra buys, really.
You've only got Contraband for the buy.
Yep. Yeah, so part of me wants to trash it here, part of me says I can't do that because it is the only plus buy that I've got.
The thing is that when the peddlers run out, you're getting a lot of draw from your you're getting extra draw from your cities, which I'm jealous of, but the buys right now are quite useful.
What do I want to do? Yeah, I'll go ahead and ditch a silver. Yep, entirely sensible. So,
well, with this much money, like no matter what I blocked, you're buying some good stuff. Maybe Peddler wasn't the right decision there.
Yeah, probably not.
I sort of didn't realise
I am
you
going to get the workers' village
so
for the buy, and I'm going to get a platinum.
Yeah, I kind of didn't realise you had so much money. Now you've got so much variety of cards that you can get. This is tricky.
Yeah, admittedly, I haven't managed to get a forge yet.
I think well, of course I can discard a card here.
Let me go ahead and do that.
And then I can draw it back. So hold on. Okay, so again, I'm not going to play this, but soon I will be ready. I do want a gold, so I'm going to do that. Do want a city. And yeah, let's take a peddler.
Alright, now I just kind of play some stuff.
I need more draw. Yeah, let me get rid of the contraband. It has done its job. Let's see, you've only got one city. Seems a little excessive to clear out the peddlers at this point. But I guess the other question is, how much plus buy do I really need? I'm going to get one more platinum and a peddler. So there is at least one left, and if you get it, it makes my cities better. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, the whole thinking there is whoever empties the first supply pile, the other person gets the first turn where their cities are an extra card.
So this wasn't a great turn for me.
Yeah, I'll hang on to what I got.
Oh, what do I do here? I really, really need more draw. I need better draw. I guess I'm going to take a city for 12 coins. I really don't like doing that, but I think I have to do it.
Yeah, probably about the best thing to do. Let's see.
It was either that or like a colony and get a gold, but then my draw problems are even worse. Like,
Got interesting options. I'm going to go ahead and trash a gold. Because I've got way too much money. Do I want the colony? I think it's too early for that. Let's take another platinum.
Wow,
Just do lots of money.
You got a lot of platinums. I'm not sure what the plural is.
It's platina, at least in this engine. I say platinums usually, just because it sounds more natural. Discard 2 cards. Yeah. Oh, that makes my hand much better.
So now I get to do this that I've been looking to do for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with doing this time, I think.
Yep. It's not like I've got a whole lot of cities on deck.
But you are going to have a very good turn here. Like, that was what you needed to draw.
Potentially.
Your deck. I think we'll draw a lot better, yeah.
So let's see. Do I want to hang on to the estate? No, I'll get rid of it. The silver is not such a bad thing to have around right now. I'm going to say I definitely want to have a forge, because I can start turning some stuff into big victory points pretty soon.
Yeah, you're in a decent position, I think.
Yeah, it's quite unusual. Let me go ahead and take the colony.
I don't know where you got all these
Worst
points
case,
from.
I can always just forge a colony into colony and bring the end of the game that much closer. Granted, I don't expect I'm going to maintain this lead for very long. Yeah, we'll get rid of a couple.
So this is the nice thing when you've got a lot of draw.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go crazy.
Yeah, you could potentially discard the same cards multiple times during a turn and get a bunch of coins for them.
I think I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually going to do this. And then I could use another one of these. And I think I'll take one of these. Well, maybe I should have taken 2 victory cards there. Got more golds. I don't know. I'm getting rid of all my money.
It's quite likely that would have been a better play.
Yeah. Do that.
So, let's see. Is there anything really useful that I can do right now? I think part of the issue is that I don't really have cards that add up to anything much useful. But I think the bishop has done his job, so I'll take another forge. No 10 and just 1 buy. I think I had better get a city. Like I said, my lead was not going to last.
So here's what I'm going to do. Forge a city into a city and then play one.
Yep. Give yourself that extra coin.
Yep. How much discarding can I get away with here? Let's play it safe.
Nah.
Hold on. Let's see. So let me just work this out. What have I got here? No, I have to do that. Okay. Yeah, then I can trash this gold. Play the Horde.
Yeah, that's the issue. I guess I should have
I
gotten
had
the
exactly
Horde
7
game.
buys because of the buys from the cities.
Yep.
I could have equally trashed the Horde at the end, but I thought gaining the golds would be funny. So.
Yep. Definitely didn't see that coming.
So yeah, that's the only problem with cities is that they become extremely strong right when there's only one pile left, and they give you all these buys. So if you can get a lot of them, like suddenly you have the ability to just empty a cheap pile like estates, like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I really needed to grab more of the cities when I had the opportunity.
Yeah, they like I was super behind on them, but then once I had once I was trashed down, I was then looking. I had 2 silvers. I was looking to like gain an estate with a gold from a Horde, and then forge an estate and a silver together into a city. I probably could have gotten rid of the bishop a lot earlier and turned it into something more useful, like a workers' village. I didn't, and in the end, the victory point tokens didn't really matter that much from the bishop from like the last couple of turns, because I was also thinking get a lot of golds and trash them with the bishop, but it was okay.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the whole Horde gaining gold and then Bishop trashing the golds, but I figure most of the game I had more stuff that I wanted to trash.
Yeah,
the issue kind of was that I ran out of stuff that I could profitably forge into other stuff, and then there I am with a forge and nothing to forge into.
I think that board, it had all sorts of dreams of cool things you could do, like turning forging your peddlers into provinces each Ford play, gain a province. That's a lot of points. It didn't really have time for it to happen. Like, there were so many other things that you could do. And in the end, like, the draw was only 2 cards, like, from each thing. So you wanted the cities or you wanted the vaults for draw, and you need a lot of them, and then suddenly the piles are empty. So
yeah, that's what I figured. The vault didn't seem to be much good to me because it didn't seem like a game where you are going to draw much. It's just a game where you want to get as much money density as you can.
I think the vault was good. I got like 5 money, 3 money from it as well, because I got so many cities. Like, maybe like had you contested the cities more, like I would have had a lot less draw, and the vault wouldn't have been as good. And it helps your opponent playing a vault sometimes. Like, at least the first one can. So
really early on, the vault doesn't seem as good. But I can see when you have that much draw, vault is good.
I mean, I started with it because I hit a 5 and I kind of wanted to like discard the estates and still get to like 6 or 7 for the forge or the horde. And in the end, that actually, I played the horde and I drew like 2 silvers, and then that was my 7. With the horde. And that's how I got the forge early, and then I trashed very quickly, and from then on it was trying to just catch back up and then collect all the cities.
Yeah, that was the other issue was, I was getting 5 pretty reliably, but it took me forever to get up to 7. And at the times that I did, forge didn't seem like quite the right thing at that point.
Yeah.
Probably a mistake.
I think as well, without the peddler, I would have struggled a bit to actually get up to good money, because you could just pick them up en masse with the workers' villages that I happened to have anyway, because I wanted to play it with the vault and like the bishop and the forge.
Yeah.
And then with that, I picked up cheap peddlers, and that got me just enough money to then start going into like getting horde. And that was, I'd planned to trash them for provinces, and in the end, I did that once. I think, like it didn't work out, but I still, it still turned out well. That was very.
Yeah, that was the other thing, was getting a workers' village early would have been a big help, but
Yeah.
I don't think you ever denied a card that I wanted to buy. You did deny the Peddler set one time. I don't know whether I would have bought any of them.
Yeah, because I kept thinking you were going to try and get an early forge, but then you never did, I guess, with it.
Yeah, well, I never had the money when you denied Forge, and at the time that you didn't deny Forge, then I had the money, but I decided to get something else. I think I needed the 2 workers' villages then.
I think you got 2 peddlers, and I blocked horde, or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a different turn. I know I think it was the turn when you, or maybe the turn that you blocked the Peddler was when I got the 2 workers' villages.
Maybe.
Because I needed the buys.
Yeah. That was a fun board. Did you want to give it another shot? Maybe?
Sure, I wouldn't mind giving that another go.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll try and do something different, but I kind of like the strategy. But let's see.
Yeah, I'm going to have to start with the bishop again.
I think, because I didn't get any play last time, I'll go for an early trade route.
Yeah, I considered that, but I'll stick with the silver.
And I'm going to go for workers' village again.
So, do I want the Contraband again? I think I'll take an early city this time and hope to get a workers' village a little later. But I'm definitely not sleeping on workers' village this time.
Yeah, even though you wouldn't normally get a village when you've only got one like terminal action in your deck, the buy is just so good here.
Yeah, that and, drawing through cards is pretty much the only way to get anything done here.
Yeah, managed to get it. Help you get the peddlers and they help you buy loads, so.
Yep. So do I want a peddler or do I want more money? I'm thinking money, because I've got a couple of workers' villages now.
I'm just going all in on workers' villages. Look at that, that's probably way too many.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to do the same thing. But I think that when I can get a city, I probably should.
You are going to be very ahead on points.
Yeah. Plus, workers' village and city both are cantrips, so they help you buy peddlers and are otherwise fairly card neutral.
Yeah, I'm doing a real village idiot strategy here. I've bought
look at this. I can get a forge.
3 villages and a city as well. Yeah.
In this kingdom, I really don't think that's such a bad strategy.
It's 5 buys. Boom.
Yeah, may as well. Yeah, this is about what I expected. Is there anything I'm really gonna want here? Well, let's just do it. Turn my gold and 3 coppers into a gold.
Yeah, very good.
And wish I had been able to play one more action.
Well, that's a bit sad. Yeah, it's pretty terrible. Let's grab the forge.
Yep, again, I feel like I'm pretty far behind.
So I think one thing I went for here, the why I tried to avoid the bishop, although I'm quite behind on score, actually letting your opponent trash is quite big. And by getting the trade route instead, I'm sort of started off getting twice as much trashing as you. Yeah, I still have these bad turns.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you've just got a whole bunch of peddlers and a forge. You can just kind of casually empty the province pile at your leisure at this point.
Yes, that was what I was going to try. We'll see if that's better than colony, but I suppose it doesn't stop me from also buying colonies, so...
And... Yeah, let's just condense some money. See, now I could have bought a bunch of peddlers.
Yeah, I guess those workers' villages aren't doing too much for you now.
Not at the moment.
So many of these cards. Come on, have I got another city? Yeah, I thought so. What am I going to do here? I don't really want another colony because I'm running out of money. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the issue. Is now I can draw my deck, but I don't really know where my economy comes from.
I should probably consider buying a silver or something every turn. Turn those provinces into colonies. Yeah.
We've got a couple of interesting options here. We've got pretty much no money, but... do I want a copper? I think I want a copper. And I think I desperately need a horde. See, the issue is that you've got the economy in peddlers, and I don't.
This did not work out as I thought it would. This was a bit silly. I was planning to turn a peddler and a trade route into a colony, or I thought I had a province, and I was going to trash the trade route in the province. So I played all my peddlers, and it's like... oh,
no, province hasn't been gained yet.
Yeah, so that was a mistake on my part. Never mind. I shall just do that. I shall turn this into another colony. What do I want to do here? More colonies? No, not quite yet. I'll take that for a gold. I don't want the silver. I can trash the trade route. And I'll have one vault. Because if I've got a lot of draw from city, then the vault actually gets me a bit of money.
Okay. Now we're getting into stuff. So I can actually afford a province.
Did you play Forge trashing nothing to gain a copper? Yeah.
I did.
That's a very niche use, but quite clever.
Yeah.
If you're gonna
I
be
mean, I
tracking them.
suppose I could just buy a copper with all the extra buys, but, now the forge is out there.
Yeah, making use of that purchase. Oh, this is okay. Phew. It's getting very low on the draw there. I've got to be careful with these peddlers. Don't play them all. No, let's play it safe. I don't know what else I've got. I don't know if I'll be able to draw it all.
I'll hang on to what I got. There's not quite enough draw in my deck to be safe discarding stuff.
Oh, I don't like I've got this estate now, though. That's not great. So now I will buy this. Maybe the bishop is nice now that I'm gaining these golds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's do that.
There we go. Just played through. Get those 1 victory points. And I can at least afford a colony.
Oh, I didn't buy silver last turn, did I? Just remembered.
Don't think you did.
So much for forging into another colony then, unless I've got another way of doing it. Oh, this isn't good. Wow, that was terrible.
You can always forge a gold in a city.
Sorry? Oh.
You can forge a gold in a city.
Yeah, I don't have any more draw cards in my hand, is the problem. This died this turn. I'm just trying to look for funny forge tricks, but I can't see it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to regular trash and churn a colony.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to buy one. And just kind of hope that that is enough of a points lead. Because you are 18 points behind?
Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot that I can do.
So a colony in a province isn't enough for you. So that's why I felt safe to just churn through another colony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, regrettably, I don't have anything useful that I can do here. Let's see. Definitely want another city, and I think I have to take the province and just hope that you get a horrific dud. Because
I think a bit too far.
I'm going to be dudding hard.
A bit too far behind.
Right, I hope you get 2 duds. I don't think you've got enough cards in your deck to hit 2 duds.
Well, I mean, it's not looking that good. Almost tempted to keep that. Yeah, let's not go crazy with the discarding here. Although maybe that hurts my ability to get money. Just nothing adds up to 11, which is what I really want. Like,
well, really, all you need is a forge and a colony.
yeah. And in the end, I left myself with a city in deck. And just to rub it in, I can do this. And
why not?
Curse. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, so this time, definitely too many workers' villages and not enough cities.
I mean, I think the workers' village early was good, but when I picked up 9 of the peddlers and you got one of them, it didn't work out. Like, and I think
No.
I think that happened because I was trashing with the trade route, but I was also trashing every time off of your bishop, and so I got to just play a lot of cards, like a lot sooner.
Yep.
Like I got rid of the junk very quickly. In the end, I didn't use the forge, I think, to actually trash any junk. Maybe it trashed like one estate or something. No, I don't think I ever did do that. Yeah. So, very, very different game though, that one. Completely.
Yep. Yeah, it only took 15 turns this time.
I think the last one did as well.
No, the last one was like 20-something, 28.
Oh no, that was the other board. Sorry, I meant the other.
Oh yeah, the other board.
The other one of this board. Yeah, that's poor Royal Seal. Never got a look in throughout both games.
Yeah, I've really never been a big fan of Royal Seal. There just don't seem to be a lot of times when it's good for much.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I mean, it's the cost, I think, is the problem. And also, you've got to consider stuff like Watchtower in the same expansion can top deck, but it can also do it in the middle of your action phase, whereas Royal Seal usually can't. It's only once top decking means that it's guaranteed to be your next turn instead of the same turn, which hurts it quite a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although there are a couple of weird edge case cards, and I believe one of them existed at this point, which was Black Market. They'll let you play treasures during your action phase.
That's true. Yeah, and that way. But, I mean, in that situation, even the Watchtower helps you top deck, and the Watchtower also potentially helps you draw and stuff as well, so I'm not sure which one's...
Yeah, I mean, the downside to Watchtower is that once you play it, you can't use its reaction ability anymore.
That's true, was the Royal Seal. You can. Yeah, and you get the money from it. So, yeah, but was it simply because if it costed 4, people would just buy it a lot over silver, and then just like... But even then, like, maybe that would be okay, because, I mean, its power is good. Like... Is it game-breakingly good? Not really. Like, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it would have been okay at 4, but, I'm not here to try and imply I'd be better at designing this or anything than the designer, because this is a very good game.
Well, let's see what was actually said about it, because I'm sure they put a lot of work into figuring out the price point. Absolutely nothing in the secret history about the price point.
I know that there has previously... like, the designer has talked about silver-like treasures costing 5, and that they sort of had to cost 5 because otherwise people just bought them instead of silver, and then were like gaining the additional benefit without really putting any much thought into it. Like, they just have it for that game, like, which I can see. But at the same time, like, Royal Seals, like, it's cool if it's just like, hey, this game, you'll just be top decking what you buy. It's like, hey, neat.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm trying to think, are there actually any treasures that cost exactly 4?
Yes, there is one in this expansion that we will get to.
Oh yeah, that one.
And
that one only gives you 1.
Yeah, so it's not silver-like. And in the latest expansion, there is actually a silver-like action that costs 4. Like, what's his name? I've forgotten. Patron?
Yeah, Patron.
Yeah. So eventually they sort of got round to it, I guess. But yeah, interesting. So yeah, I mean they not every card is going to be super strong, but it's always sad when a card just never gets bought, I suppose, a lot of the time, and I think Royal Seal fits into that.
Yeah, it just didn't really seem to be all that good. Oh well, they can't all be winners. I mean, like I said, Alchemy in the last video is kind of an expansion with a higher dud to card ratio than anything else.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in Prosperity, but also, I don't know. I think like for an expansion that we're going to see more treasures, but for an expansion themed around like the treasures, I think some of the treasures are sometimes some of the weaker parts of this expansion. Although Horde is great. Having said that, yeah, Horde always a crowd pleaser. I find. Like,
yeah, I mean, especially if you've got something to go along with your gold gaining, like Forge.
Yeah, or
Bishop.
Yeah, Bishops was what 4 points when you trash a gold. That's great. Like, but you need to way to gain them, and what better way to gain them than basically for free? Like, potentially multiple times.
Quite true. All right, well, I'm sure we've gone on way too long, and nobody's still watching at this point. So, anyone who did stick around to the end, thanks, and we'll see you next time.
Goodbye.